Today we're going to continue working on math stories, but it'll be division instead of multiplication today. So please make sure you are on page 273. Let's look at our I can statements. I can write and solve math stories for division equations. I can also generalize from examples. You can generalize what is the same in both of your stories. So we want to write a real world division story for 28 divided by 4. Then write another real world story that shows a different way to think about 28 divided by 4. So I'm going to split my page in half. And I know I am solving for 28 divided by 4 in both problems. So like we talked about with the multiplication stories, we can think about groups, rows and columns, bar diagrams. So we could think about maybe students in our class. There are 28 students in 3rd grade. Mrs. Pancras split them up into 4 groups. How many students are in each group? So think about division. We can think about 28 divided by 4. So we can think about 4 times what equals 28. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. So I know there would be 7 students per group, or in each group. So now we want to think of a different way to write an equation for this, to write a multiplication or a division story for the same equation. So we're still doing 28 divided by 4. So my number answer will be the same, but my label will be different. So we talked about students in groups for the first one. This one, maybe we could think about desks instead. So we could say there are 28 desks. We split the desks into 4 rows. How many desks will be in each row? So we're still thinking 28 divided by 4, but we're thinking rows and columns instead. So we're thinking 28 desks divided by 4. So there'd be 28 divided by 4. Still 7, but this time we know it'd be 7 desks in each row. And we could also draw an array to help us with this one. Let's look at their next page. The example at the top, Mrs. White asked her students to write a division story for 15 divided by 3. So she wrote, Mike and Kia decided to write stories about putting roses in vases. So Mike's story, I have 15 roses. I want to put an equal number of roses in each of 3 vases. How many roses should I put in each vase? So he chose to do a bar diagram. He had 15. He divided them into 3 groups. He got 5. So he did 15 divided by 3 equals 5. I should put 5 roses in each vase. So they thought about how many are in each group. Now the next one, they thought about how many groups are there instead. I have 15 roses to put into vases. I want to put 3 roses in each vase. How many vases will I need? 15 divided by 3. So they know with 3 in each group. They didn't know how many groups. So they did 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So they will need 5 vases. So we can think about how many are in each group, or how many groups are there. Let's look at the bottom. Convince me, generalize. How are Mike's and Kia's stories alike? How are the 2 stories different? So we know that they are the same in the way that they both got 3. They both got 5 for their answer. We could say they are different because Mike found how many per group, and then Kia was finding out how many groups instead. So they're very similar, but they are a little bit different. I'm going to cross off number 1 and 2 for today. Number 3, write and plan a division story for the equation and solve. So 8 divided by 4, I will write about 8 something, and they will be in 4 equal groups. So maybe we could write about cookies. There will be 8 cookies, and they will be in 4 equal groups. So we could think, I baked 8 cookies. I put them into 4 bags. How many cookies are there in each bag? So this one, we know there are 4 groups. We're trying to figure out how many in each group. I know 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I know that there will be 2 cookies in each bag or each group. So this one, we're finding how many in each group because we know that there are 4 groups. Let's look at number 4 and 7. We want to write and plan a division story, use counters, or draw a picture to solve. So we'll draw a picture for today. $18 divided by 3. I will write about 18 something, and I will put them into 3 equal groups. This one, maybe we could write about friends. So there are 18 friends. They are being put into 3 equal groups. So maybe I have 18 friends at my party. We played a game and needed 3 groups. How many friends will be in each group? So this time we're trying to find how many in each group because we know that there are 3 groups. So I know 18 divided by 3. I know 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18. So I know I will have 6 friends in each group. Let's look at number 7. 30 divided by what equals 3? So this one's written a little bit differently. We know our total, and then we know how many. So I can think about, I have 30 flowers. I want to put 3 flowers in each vase. How many vases do I need? So this one, we're trying to figure out the groups. So I have 30. We would want to do 30 flowers and put 3 flowers in each vase. So here would be 1 vase with 3, 2 vases with 3, 3 vases with 3, 4 vases with 3, 5 vases with 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vases. So I know 30 flowers divided into 10 vases would be 3 flowers in each vase.